difference between somebody being in a highly competitive field of study, being very organized, liking things a certain way, even, dare I say, overly potty trained or anal retentive. That's not OCD. Okay? Yes, people with OCD like things a certain way, but it's not that they like it that way. Okay? It's that they have to have whatever that is that way. Okay? There are two parts to OCD, obviously. There's an obsession, the thought, the obsessive thought that they can't get out of their head. It will not leave them alone. It is constantly there, tormenting them. The only way they can at least relieve that obsession, those obsessive thoughts, even a little bit, is to do something about it physically, and that's the compulsion. They're compelled to act on that obsession. Okay? Again, you think about the turning the knobs and turning off the stove and whatever the other classics are, washing your hands. Okay, those rituals, those things that they do, they have to do it to relieve, to give rest a little bit to the obsession, excessive thoughts, whatever that thought is. They're two separate things. Okay? You have the obsessive thoughts, and then you have the ritual, the compulsion to do something about it. All right? Anyone have any good stories on this? Yeah. I'm guessing, yeah. Sounds like a pretty severe case of OCD, actually. And ever since his son died, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, again, these mental disorders, this is usually something that brings them on. And that's as good reason as any.
Yeah, he calls his dogs and like go talk to them and be like we have a lot of work to do, and like he starts making he was a soldier and his dogs were soldiers, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he might have had just a complete psychotic break and has OCD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know this person who turns their like shampoo bottles towards the church, and if they don't turn it towards the church, then they think that something bad will happen. And they do get like the obsessive like thought process, and they also have like tics too.
And tics. That's interesting. Okay. Not really sure what to say about that. Might be a lot more to that story. Yeah.
I remember there was like this one guy in my high school, and I used to ride the bus with him, but when we got off, like, it would take him forever to walk back with everybody else because he would obsess over the fact that there's cracks in the ground. So he'd take like the long way home just to avoid the cracks on the sidewalk.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing this is just a phase, but my sister, a few years ago, she had OCD, and we thought for a while that it was actually, like, she could have been diagnosed. But then my parents were like, just told her stop doing that, and we're on her about it all the time, and she stopped. Like, she's fine now.
Huh.
It happened, it was probably for about a year, like, the toothbrush and the lights and walking up the stairs, like having to go back, and they were on her all the time, and we were all on her, like, stop doing that, you're fine, like this, you've never acted like this before, and now she's fine.
Okay.
Is that just like a phase?
sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between something like the ritual and OCD and somebody who's on the autism spectrum. Sometimes, obviously OCD is one of the things that can be helped and treated with therapy and medication. And with you guys just kept telling her to stop over and over and over again, when it comes right down to it, that's kind of reality therapy. So, I don't know, maybe you guys literally fix her by doing some kind of weird version of reality therapy. I mean, people do get better from this. Telling somebody to stop typically doesn't work, but hey, you never know with people. Okay? Anyway, so, again, rule out physical disorders are on every one of these slides, I think. And that's one of them because with the rituals of OCD, a lot of times it's somebody's on the autism spectrum, and it's kind of hard to tell at first what we're looking at. Okay? Panic. Okay? Panic disorders.
Oh my gosh.
You're going to see a couple of things on here. One, of course, is agoraphobia. Okay? Agoraphobia is a specific panic disorder that can cause panic attacks. Okay? If somebody has agoraphobia, these are the people that don't leave their house. Okay? They're typically terrified to be in crowds. Okay? When you hear about somebody who hasn't left their house in 2 years, that's agoraphobia. Okay? That's somebody who they're afraid that if they do leave the safety of their place, wherever that is, and go out in the public, they're going to have a panic attack and nobody's going to be able to help them. Or no one will help them if they could. Okay? Going out in public in and of itself will cause a panic attack with somebody with agoraphobia. It's a little bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy, but yeah, so notice I said that they can have a panic attack. So a panic attack itself can be for a variety of different reasons. Okay? Somebody with agoraphobia can have a panic attack, but you can certainly have a panic attack without having agoraphobia. Okay? Anybody have a good panic attack story? Ooh, you got one.
So when I was 16, we had, for my first car, we had 2 keys. So I lost the spare. So hopefully my dad would forget that I lost the spare. When I turned 18, he made me go to the Honda store and buy the other spare. So I spent like $80 with my own money. And so one day I left the keys on the counter, and my sister took them to her room and she never brought them down. So I was trying to leave the house, and I couldn't find my keys, and I was freaking out. I was looking for the car, I was everywhere, and my dad called me. He's like, "Oh, what do you have to?" And I just started crying and freaking out and like hyperventilating because I couldn't find the key. And then I ended up going in my sister's room, and it was in her bathroom. I spent $80 of my own money, and I didn't want to
So that's a
buy
panic
the
attack.
key.
Quentin said you're overreacting. Oh, you heard that right there.
No,
Okay. Yeah.
I think it was about 2 months ago, I was at a different school and they were having a huge football game, and game day comes, it's called, and people are obsessive over it. And there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in this huge area, and they were all running to try to like get to a certain spot. And all of a sudden this girl starts freaking out, like half crying, half screaming, and people are pushing her to the front like to get air. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I can't breathe." And then, I mean, it worked. She got to the front and she got what she wanted. But she started crying and like she could barely breathe. So she had a panic attack because there were so many people.
Panic attack or overreaction?
I mean, well, maybe it was an overreaction, but in the moment it was like a panic attack. But yeah.
Quentin.
I think like sophomore and junior year, I was like all my friends were diagnosed with like 3 of my best friends had a lot of anxiety disorders, And so a lot of them were really sad all the time, and a lot of them were a lot of self-harm. And I tried to help all three of them at the same time with their problems and whatnot. And I was really tired because of it one day, so I went to sleep, but I had a nightmare that, all of them had died because they all killed themselves. And so I woke up and I started hyperventilating, and I started pacing around the room, and I started crying because I was like, oh, my friends are dead, and like, I couldn't do anything. It was just this, like, the feeling of impending doom was like the scariest feeling I felt. It's happened like a couple times.
That's happened a few different times.
Well, the causes were different, but the panic attacks were a couple different times.
Okay.
I have like a fear of cockroaches. It's like an irrational fear. One time my dad got some bullets from my uncle and he put it on top of the pool table. And I went out to the garage and there was like 5. And I started screaming and I was hyperventilating and I cried. And I had my hands over my head and I was like covering my ears. And my dad came out and he said, "What's the matter?" And I was like, "There's cockroaches." And I was just crying and crying and my dad told me to go inside. And I think that's a panic
I mean, it's happened to overreaction.
Okay. Yeah.
My brother had a panic attack when he was in college because he was taking a test that like decided if he would finish the next semester or he had to take another semester of college. And he like thought that he was gonna die and his heart was beating really fast.
Okay.
It was crazy.
That's actually one of the key things I was looking for is you thought you were going to die.
Yeah.
Okay? There's just between being scared and thinking you are going to die. Okay? If you think you're going to die, that is probably a panic attack. Okay? Did I tell you guys about the one I had before? Every once in a while it comes up earlier in the semester. But, so, there I was, minding my own business, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. And I was one of the scout leaders for my son's Boy Scout troop. And they decided that on their big summer activity where they're going to spend a week, they wanted to all get scuba diving certified and go out to Catalina Island for a week on a boat and go diving. So I'm like, well, that sounds like fun, so let's do it. We got some diving instructors came in, and at our meetings every week, they would go ahead and take us through all the book work, where you learn about diving and pressures and all the equipment and, what to do in emergencies and how to calculate your, nitrogen in your blood and all that kind of stuff. And everybody did fine on that. And then the next stage was to go into a pool, put all the equipment on, practice it, practice your skills that you had to do underwater. And then if you passed off that, then you would go to a lake and do the same thing, but now you're like 40 feet underwater, right? So anyway, I'm doing it along with them because I'm one of the leaders. Obviously, they're not going to California on their own. And we get to the pool part, okay? And what the instructors, they separate when you get to anything in the water, and they can only take a few people, right, at a time. So our instructor, he's like been doing it for like 35 years. So he takes 4 of us, and